An explanation of the book 12 and a Half by Gary Vaynerchuk in a simple and easy to understand style. Introduction to the book. Why did Gary write this book? Gary is a highly successful business and marketing professional who has built numerous projects. Many people assume that the secret to his success is intelligence, luck, or technical skills. But in this book, he says that the real reason is the emotional and behavioral qualities he learned and practiced. He says, people focus on numbers and plans, but forget about emotions when emotions drive everything. The main gist of the book, 12 and a half emotional qualities. Gary discusses 12 qualities that have helped him succeed and an additional half quality that he admits he's weak in and is trying to improve. Let's take each quality individually and delve into its meaning with real-life examples and how to apply them. 1. Gratitude, feeling blessed. Gary believes that gratitude is the foundation. To wake up every day feeling grateful that you're alive, that you have a new opportunity, that you have enough to begin with. Why is it important? Because gratitude prevents you from falling into the trap of comparison, envy, or complaining. It makes you focus on what you have, not what you lack. Example. Gary says that when he was experiencing work stress, he would pause and say to himself, I'm lucky to be doing something I love and to have good health. 2. Self-awareness. This is the ability to understand yourself. What do you love? What bothers you? What are you good at? What do you need to learn? Why is it important? Because if a person doesn't know themselves, they will act haphazardly, miss opportunities, or repeat their mistakes. Example. Gary discovered that he loved interacting with people, so he built his company in a way that kept him in constant contact with his team and customers. 3. Taking responsibility. It means admitting your mistakes, not blaming others, and not making excuses. Even if the project fails, first examine your role in that failure. Why is it important? Because you'll never grow if you keep blaming circumstances or people. Taking responsibility means you take control. Example. Gary says that at the beginning of his career, he struggled with employees who didn't complete the work, and he would get angry. Then he realized it was his fault because he wasn't clear in his direction. 4. Optimism. Seeing opportunities in the midst of crises and believing that tomorrow can be better, even if today seems bleak. Why is it important? Because people tend to be pessimistic and quickly become discouraged, but optimism gives you the energy to keep going. Example. In a major economic crisis, instead of closing his company, Gary decided to look for new avenues for growth, and he actually succeeded. 5. Kindness. Being kind to others, treat them with respect, even in disagreements. Encourage, support, and make them happy. Why is it important? Because kindness builds trust and makes people want to work with you. The world is already cruel enough, so be different. Example. Gary would send personal letters of encouragement to his employees and constantly thank them, even for the smallest accomplishments. 6. Patience. Don't rush results. Understand that success doesn't come quickly and that you have to build everything step by step. Why is it important? Because many people give up halfway through because they don't see results yet, while successful people are patient. Example 1. Gary waited years before his company started making real profits, but he continued because he believed in his plan. 7. Self-confidence. Believe you can. Don't wait for others to give you confidence. Build it yourself from within. Why is it important? Because you'll face criticism, doubt, and many challenges, and no one will carry you if you don't carry yourself. Example. When Gary started publishing content online, some people made fun of him, but he continued because he believed in what he was doing. 8. Humility. Success but not arrogance. Admitting that you don't know everything and learning from everyone, even the most junior employee. Why is it important? Because arrogance sabotages success and isolates one from reality. Example. Gary always asks his employees for honest feedback and listens to criticism with an open mind. 9. Kind candor. Half. This is the half he talked about, and by it he means, how do you tell the truth kindly? How do you criticize without hurting? Why is it important? Because if you're honest without kindness, you hurt people. And if you're kind without honesty, you lie to them. Example. Gary says he avoided telling his employees the truth for fear of disappointing them, but this made them lose track of where they stood and repeat mistakes. 10. Discipline. Doing what you need to do, even when you're not in the mood. Why is it important? Because success doesn't come from mood or convenience, but from consistent commitment. Example. Gary wakes up at the same time every day and works long hours, even on days when he's tired. 11. Resilience. Adapting to change. Not being overwhelmed when the situation changes, but finding a new way to deal with it. Why is it important? Because life and projects are full of surprises, and it's the resilient who survives and thrives. Example. During the pandemic, Gary completely adjusted his approach to work and was even more successful than before. 12. True listening. Hearing others with your heart, not just your ears. Listening to understand, not to respond. Why is it important? Because many problems arise from misunderstandings. Good listening creates likable and understanding leaders. Example. In his meetings, Gary doesn't interrupt, lets others finish, and takes their words seriously. Gary's closing message. These qualities aren't just for making your company successful, but for making your entire life better. You won't become a true leader until you master these qualities. They aren't talents you're born with. They're skills you can learn. How to use this book. 1. Read each quality thoughtfully. Or 2. Ask yourself, am I really living this quality? 3. Try to apply it day after day. 4. Notice the difference in your life and in the way you interact with people.